Hey, what's up, guys? Danny, alive and active in the chat. Right off the bat, you feel like you're watching a Counter-Strike frag video with this music. Hey, that makes two of us. How does this make me feel? Feeling kind of brown, nice Friday night. Welcome, guys. Happy Friday. Let me turn this down a little bit. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Obe TA, where we apply technical analysis to the charts. We try and spot the what? The mythical edge, right? As always. This one's going to be a little bit short, sweet, to the point. I've got dinner with me madre a little bit later, so yeah, man, let's just get right into it. Hope you guys had a good week, but we're here to look at Bitcoin and others. Anything with a chart, you got something you want me to take a look at it, throw it out. I'll try to do an analysis on it if I've got time, but let's move it in, man. Let's move it to Bitcoin. So today, title of the stream, damn, this music's a little beat. Rise and shine, all right? Bitcoin went nuclear today, as did Ethereum, some other altcoins, up 8.8% as of right now. I have about an hour and 5 minutes until the daily candle close, but dude, I mean, It looked bad 2 days ago. We had the bearish engulfing candle, right? We had the hidden bearish divergence developing in a downtrend. It was like, it just looked almost certain that that is where we were going to roll over. And 2 days later, we pump, go nuts, go crazy. Who would have thunk, right?
Right.
While at work beers. Yeah, I got one right here too. There's nothing wrong with it. Real quick, let's give you guys some spins. I'm working on the Aphrodite. I almost got her. I can't put her out yet, but let's do spins real quick. Danny, you first. Let's go, dude. I'm happy for you. Truly. Hades, goat of the underworld. Shepherd of the souls and yeah, whatever else. Congrats, dude. Let's go. Took you long enough, but hey, you're here, man. All right, Tay. Give me one. Wow. God, dude, it's gonna be a good weekend. Let's go. Dang, dude. 2 in a row. I'm gonna give myself one and will most likely get peasant and be embarrassed. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't want to spin. What's going on here? It knows. It knows I'm going to get a peasant and feel sad, so it's not spinning. All right. So Bitcoin, right, on the daily. So here's the thing with the daily on Bitcoin. Yeah, damn. Nice. If you do not make a higher high, higher than like 44,000, this high up here, right, you are still in the running to develop hidden bearish divergence, which would signal a continuation of this downtrend, all right? Really, truly. I know that today is good, right? You got over this inflection point. You're above 40,000 for right now. All is cool right now. But if you make a lower high than that high and start to pivot back towards the downside, you will have it on the MACD and the RSI. So there's not a lot we can say as far as on the daily when it comes to taking a position, anything like that. You do not want to be buying Bitcoin right now after something like this. I mean, we can just go to Fibonacci, the high, the low. You made it past the 618, right? You're getting up towards the 786 area now. And again, without the divergence on the rally and everything, I don't know why it would just continue up. If anything, at least have a pullback to like 40,000, right? Before and hold it and then go. All right, we'll see. But 50-day moving average hanging around up there, but we'll move to the 4-hour. Zeus. Yeah, I don't know if you saw, Danny, you got Hades, but yeah. All right, this is significant here. So let's look at the 4-hour here. All right, there's no bearish divergence or anything on the 4-hour. You're just slightly overbought on the RSI. You did get above the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour. I mean, for the first time since this little fake out back here December 27th. So, again, could be another fake out type situation. Let me see here. Yeah, so on the 4-hour, what you're looking for on the timescales now is to do something like this, where you've rallied up, right? Because you're going to have your pullbacks after your major rallies. So if you pull back and start making higher lows, at this point, if we're truly in an uptrend, you're going to start looking for hidden bullish divergence. So what that would look like is the oscillator would start to sell off, right? At which case, though, I mean, you start selling off and the daily starts developing that diverge again below. It's tough, man. It's tough because this is bullish. This is good. You're breaking resistance. But then it's like you look at the daily and we're still in a downtrend with just, good potential for hidden bearish divergence. It's like there's coinciding variables going on right now that just kind of are counterintuitive to each other. I'm going to go have to fight Taylor now. Flagpole 3 o'clock. There you go. Nice. To the death. First one to die loses. Right? But yeah, you come down and you make a lower low on the oscillator. So you would do something like this, right? You would start to create a higher low with a lower low. That's where the entries are going to start looking that's what the entries would start to look like in the uptrends like this. But again, certainly not a time to be buying, man. All right, you don't want to be buying off of this. One of the main theories I've been seeing floating around is just with the volatility going on in the stock market, like you don't see Amazon and Facebook's, excuse me, major market movers like that swinging 15, 20, 23%. Zuckerberg was down $20 billion the other day. So you just don't, it's not normal to see that kind of volatility in companies that have, multi-billion-dollar market caps. It's just really strange. Snapchat, they're not as big, I guess, right? But god damn, dude, it's extremely volatile in the stock market, and I think that that's just seeping into crypto. So that's what we got today. But keep in mind, it's volatile, right? So with the volatile ups, there could be volatile downs. It's just an uncertain time to be buying anything, really. But there are definitely some setups. If Bitcoin can hold and just hang out and continue its momentum, or at least just go sideways, the alts that have been lagging behind, I mean, there's some setups, man. But yeah, that's Bitcoin. Let's move it to Ethereum. Again, sorry, I might be moving a little bit fast in here, but the contract is sealed. Right, nice. Sealed in blood. Okay. Ethereum, though, getting over the 2,900 area of resistance back here, these peaks from May 28th and June 4th. I do believe there was some confluency there with the 618 retrace. Okay, so you're above it. It's pretty nice. Not too shabby. All right, let's see. Again, though, I mean, just look down at the oscillators. Okay, if you make a lower high, all right, we're talking about this blue line. If you make a lower high than 3,400, 3,380, this area right up here, you will also be developing that hidden bearish divergence on the daily. And again, like we've been talking about with Ethereum. Ethereum's got the shark going on, right? All right, up here at the 1618. So it's got the shark hanging out around the 886. The 886 just being a more common area for assets to retrace to anyway. So does that mean that it's going there? It doesn't. But you've got this rally off of, a little bit of Class A bullish divergence on the MACD. Didn't have it on the RSI. It's got the relief rally type of vibe before continuing to the downside, much like many of the other reliefs that we've had that didn't have the RSI divergence as well. So this rally is just at the 786, right? It was just oversold at the 786 and at this peak back here from July 5th. So it was definitely a level of support, but without the RSI divergence or anything, just being in that oversold territory, that just doesn't give me the variables that I look for to let me know that a reversal in the actual trend is happening, right? So to me, this downtrend is still in effect, really, until we do something like this, until we come up, hold this, perhaps come up and break above 3,400, make a higher high than it, come down, treat it as support, okay? At this point, if we start getting some hidden bullish divergence here or even here, something like that, that's where I'd be looking to then get back in. All right, I want to see signals that it's real, that the downtrend has been broken, and that we have continuation indicators happening. Until then, I'm not really interested. It's cool. Look, I'm the first guy. I'm happy, man. I've got Ethereum. I've got Bitcoin. I've got some other altcoins. I'm happy with being up 10% on the day. Don't get me wrong here. I'm just saying, if we're looking for a trade setup, or we're looking for an area to get in, a smart, tactical, calculated area, like the 886, the shark down here is a much better area for an entry. All right, we come down here, pattern completion zone at 2,000. All right, at the 886 with this peak back here from February 22nd, and then we come up and then do something like this with some Class A bullish divergence or something. All right, that's the ticket right there. But, The FOMO is strong on days like this, 100%, but it could potentially be the worst possible day to take a long on the asset, all right? Dumb day yesterday. Boo, boo. Yeah, Danny, I like your format better. Let me see if the wheel's working. We'll give the bot a spin. Hold up. Nice. All right, this is for the bot. I already know what it's going to be. No way, dude.
Godlike.
It actually makes me a little upset. Okay, well, I mean, we have Hades the bot in the chat, so everybody just calm down. No sudden movements. Maybe he won't see you, right? I mean, at least you got Hades too, right? So at least you're like a god against a god. I guess I'll give it to myself. If I get peasant, I mean, I gotta just give my entire stream over to this bot, I guess. All my bank accounts, everything, my social. Wow. Okay, hold on a sec. Let me post my social security number in the chat real quick. All right, and my account number, my debit card number, my birthday. Unreal. Nobody can ever say that the wheel is rigged again, right? Okay. But that's Ethereum, man, so... Alright, I'm putting it in right now. Hold on. Hold your horses. Okay. Wait. 1, 2, 3. It's not even worth it at this point, dude. I keep hitting like wrong numbers and stuff. I was literally not worth it. The moment is over. It took me way too long just to type up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, way too long. So it's not worth posting it now because it's lost its comedic effect. It wasn't really there in the beginning. But anyway, again. All right, whatever.
Okay, six up.
Death Cross on Ethereum on the daily. All right, still have it. That's still looming over your head as well. But again, man, you're at the 618. You're above support, but for how long? 53 minutes until the daily closes. We'll move it to the 4-hour here. You know what? You guys are just a bunch of haters, man. You're supposed to support me through thick and thin, no matter what. Even in my moments of lapse. All right, you try and do this. You try and get on here live and come up with these jokes on the fly. It's tough. Why do you think I drink so much? 4-hour coming up on the 200-day moving average. As you can see, all right, trying to test it, creating a bit of a doji up top here. Again, no bearish divergence or anything like that. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Again, at this point, you're looking for like hidden bullish divergence when you start making these higher lows. I'm not sure if you'd get that in this context, but kind of interesting. Been playing off the 50-day moving average a couple times. Certainly had the hidden bullish divergence before its most recent run here. All right. Higher low on price, lower low on the oscillator. Your wheel is, oh God. What a mess, dude. I'm not even looking at the right screen. This is a disaster. Disaster. I'm cutting it now. We're done. I'm getting off. Not really. Look over here. Can't see the higher lows. Okay. Right. Sorry, guys. Apologize for that. Good now. Yeah, we're good. All right. Here are the magical higher lows that you were missing out on. All right. But, yeah. Coming up, test the 200-day moving average. You're at the 618 of that daily Fibonacci resistance. So, we'll see, man. We'll see what the next couple days hold, but similar kind of thing. Had the bearish engulfing candle on February 2nd before just holding 2,661. This inflection point back here as support and getting the big boom that you got today. But ultimately, either want to come back down to 2100 to try and hold that again, double bottom kind of thing, or just come down to the 886 at 2000, where we start to look for stuff like that. But as of right now, no edge on Ethereum. Not Fitz Sober Gaming to the moon. Let's go, dude. That's right, to the moon. Let's go. I don't know what you're talking about going to the moon, but everything, I guess, right? Let's take a look real quick at Binance Coin, which has actually been moving a bit recently. It was underperforming, and it actually has been an underperformer compared to a lot of the other coins. A lot of the other altcoins have been getting to their 50% fib retraces, the 618s. Binance Coin's kind of just been going sideways, just consolidating. Today, getting some pretty good price action, but same kind of deal with Binance Coin. And you got way more to go than even some of the other coins do. You notice how close Ethereum is to its high, right? It's getting there. Binance Coin has much farther to go. Ultimately, it has to get above about $500 like on the dot to eliminate the hidden bearish divergence that would eventually develop by the time you get up there. It did on the daily just literally have a death cross. So look, I don't know, man. The death crosses are one indicator, but they have been playing out on this recent downtrend lately. So if Binance Coins just happened and there's more downside to be had, the only way there's more downside on Binance Coin is if there's more downside on Bitcoin, okay? If Bitcoin keeps going up or sideways or consolidating and making higher lows, Binance Coin's gonna go. And Binance Coin, because it's been underperforming lately, will probably have a really big day given that scenario. All right, it's been kind of lagging behind, but yeah, Binance Coin is one to look at for sure as far as having a big day, a big pop, having its own 10-15% day. But yeah, man. So online, okay, another bot, cool. Another bot. I'm not giving a spin to this bot because I used up my one attempt at a joke of a social security number. So this time, the only thing I can put is my real one. All right, let's move it to Cardano. All right, Cardano holders, you're moving in the right direction. All right, again, nothing below $1. $1 is certain death. But yeah, you're moving back up towards $1.19. Okay, you're just in the middle of the range right now. Nothing to be done here. No bullish divergence on the MACD. It actually does have some bullish divergence here though on the RSI, which is interesting on the daily time frame. So Cardano's another one where it's been lagging thus far. It has been holding $1, and if Bitcoin can do its thing, you could see a big move out of Cardano, either straight up to $1.20 or even straight up to like $1.50, right? These inflection points back here from like July, February. So that could be the move for Cardano, man. Cardano and Binance Coin, something just to keep in mind here is the coins that kind of lagged but are still like some of the major coins. Those are the ones that could have the really big moves after the confirmation is in about the market being healed or moving back in towards the uptrend. But hidden bullish divergence on the MACD, not on the RSI. This is on the 4-hour. But yeah, I mean, overtaking the most recent high with another high on the oscillators, wiping out any kind of bearish divergence on the 4-hour, dude. Okay. All right. Comedy coming back. That's right, dudes. There's highs and lows, right? The comedy is just like the charts. There's highs, there's lows, there's middle of the road sometimes. Not for everybody. You just do what you can. Yes, we are robots here. No emotion. No emotion in trading. There's no room for it. But again, you're just in the middle of $1.06 and $1.20 essentially. You've got the 200-day moving average hanging out up at $1.20 as well. So, just heading up towards resistance. And if we go ahead from the most recent high, let's move back to the daily here. right? So from the high to the low, like you're at the 236. You're nowhere. You've not retraced at all. Cardano's actually one that has not been following the formulae of a lot of the other altcoins doing their, on the 4 hours, they're doing their inverted head and shoulders, stuff like that, just accumulation structures. This one's just been clinging on for dear life on the dollar mark, but you have confirmed it. I mean, on the 4 hour, I can't even count how many times this is confirmed and held as support. So just further confirmation of how strong a dollar is and how bad you don't want to go below it. Okay, got it.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Anybody in here so far? Do me a favor, hit the like button, the bell, the sub. Right, bell lets you give you notifications, lets you know when I go live. The like and the sub just help the channel get views, man. Help grow the community. Join the Discord up top. I moved it again today. Up top there, next to the moon. In there 24/7. You want to post charts or anything in there? Be happy to answer any questions or anything in there. Let's move it to a trade setup that I actually posted yesterday on Kusama. Sounds very Japanese. But yeah, Kusama.
What the hell is even that?
I have no clue. I have no idea what this does. Its token symbol is that bird that you saw getting sucked up by the magnet in the beginning. It's like a raven or something. I don't know. But what I do know is with Kusama, look at this. All right, notice the yellow lines here. This is what's powerful about Kusama. All right, you had some major selling going on. As you're selling off, we're looking, let's move to the daily real quick. Right, so no edge or anything on the daily, no divergence, just large amounts of negative momentum starting to go positive for the first time since January 18th, right? But yesterday, it was coming down, and what you'll notice is as it's selling off, notice on the RSI here, right? As this is selling down, as this is coming down, notice that the RSI is trending up, right? It's making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. So all the way down, and while it's going sideways, the RSI is making higher lows, which means that sellers are becoming exhausted. Sellers cannot push the price down below the current level of like $155. They could not push it below that. Not once, not twice, but thrice times. And then on the MACD, you had what's called hidden bullish divergence. You had a lower low in the negative momentum, and yet made a slightly higher low in price. All right, so when you start seeing stuff like this, okay, you get a low, you get a slightly lower low, and then you get a slightly higher low, right? This additional confirmation of accumulation on the assets, right? You start getting stuff like that. That's when these coins can just go bananas. They can just go nuts. And the target on this was, we move it back to the daily, with the theory in mind that the assets commonly retrace to their 50% retrace, right, from their most recent highs. We don't even have to do that. You can be conservative on this one and set it just like the 382. All right, so again, this was yesterday on this little candle down here, but you just set the first target to the 382 because you're, with making it just to the 382, it's a 30% gain, risking about 11%, right? The stop loss is just going back behind this inflection point, this support back from July 19th. But yeah, risking 11% for 30, the 50% retrace is a 40% gain, and then just the 618. All right, the 618 is a 51% gain. So Kusama playing out, all right, almost above, pretty much out of bearish divergence territory. Kind of a same high on the MACD and the RSI, but yeah, man, you start seeing stuff like this down here with the divergence and everything. It's exactly what you look for. Okay, and since what you do is you'll Fibonacci from its the closest low to where the price currently is to get an idea of where it's at, right? This is down at like a 95% retrace. So 95% retrace from its July low, you know, showing the divergence, the seller exhaustion. Just saying, man, in crypto, assets go absolutely nuts with stuff like this. So as long as Bitcoin can hang on and continue up or just hold, you'll see Kusama play out and get towards that 382 and, try to hit all three targets, but likely hit the first one at least. But Kusama is literally just a test environment for Polkadot. It's just gamble coin. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, dude. Most of these coins are gamble coin. I'm just talking about the technicals on it. All right, I don't really care what it does. This is just showing the emotions of the market, right? Are people buying it? They're buying it. As it's selling off, it's accumulating. More people own it here than they did back here with, hidden bullish divergence and stuff. It's just, it doesn't matter really what it is. As long as there's some liquidity in it, you can make money using the charts, man. All right. Let's move to Avalanche real quick. Was a top performer on the day. I'm going to be getting out of here in about 10 minutes, but yeah. So Avalanche Coin, another top performer, above the 200-day moving average, just been riding it for the past few days. So that's pretty good. Again, you will be painting some, just consider this. This is the high. You basically have a green histogram here, right? Just consider that. You didn't necessarily make a high, but you kind of did, right? In price at least, it just didn't go green. So any low or any higher low below, just say $100, 96, 95 really, but again, a higher low or a lower high below that, just continuation to the downside. All right. So we're not out of the downtrend yet, guys. Don't let this pump fool you, and this weird random pump that is likely a consequence of just earnings that have been happening in the tech sectors and stuff with stocks. But Harry, I'm your fundamentals advisor starting now. Okay, oh, hey, all right, dude, that's fine. What you're just mad because I didn't create the fundamentals chat in the Discord? It's okay. Maybe one day, right? Maybe.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
All right, that's Avalanche. Let's move it to Solana. Another one that was outperforming on the day. Again, these big coins, like I said, the ones that haven't really popped off, and Solana's at its, the 382 even only from its most recent high. Solana could have some room to go to get back into this resistance up here back from September 21st, right? The 115 mark. Confluent with the 50% retrace, so that's a strong level of what was once support now acting as resistance for Solana. So that's the level you want to break there. Again, do I know if you're going to break it? I do not. So do you want to buy it right now and just come up, reject it with much more downside to come back and test $80? Doesn't make sense to long Solana here. Any lower high below $150, you're also going to get the hidden bearish divergence, right? Continuation of the downtrend implied. Just had a death cross on its own. All right, 50 over the 200-day moving average. So get it, man. These days like this can make you excited, but the one thing that you have to give it to Solana here is, you definitely have the hidden bullish divergence, right? That's what I'm talking about. If we continue this and are making higher lows stuff, on these lows is where we could potentially be taking shots. If we get stuff that looks like this, right? We get hidden bullish divergence developing and stuff like that, then sure, as long as Bitcoin doesn't look horrible, there could be trade setups and, we can have potential to get in there. Just right now, after it's already developed, approaching resistance, it's just not the time. All right. And really, today was just out of nowhere. Bitcoin just shot up, pumped for no real good reason. So it's a lot of what we're seeing today. But if it can stay steady, tomorrow might be a really good alt day. Let's move it to the S&P 500 here. Again, after playing off of the bullish shark. On the daily, this is a pretty interesting candle formation, right? So this 1, 2, 3 is what is called an abandoned baby. All right, that's probably the strongest, if not, just one of the strongest candle reversal patterns, Japanese candles, the abandoned baby. And then you had just kind of a harami, I guess, afterwards. But this reversal kind of stuff, you gap up, create a candle, and then gap down below it. It's really strong as far as a reversal goes. So you're above the 200-day moving average, which is good for the S&P 500, but It's likely after crap like this, you head down to test like the prior low, 4,282, right? This inflection point back here from October 4th. But below that, on something like the S&P, like move it to the weekly. I mean, this is probably over here, maybe the best support we have, and it's not even that good. And that's down at like $4,000. So I don't know, dude. If you start getting down there, though, I mean, it's like probably the biggest pullback that you've had since, not probably, the biggest pullback you've had since the COVID crash. So at that point, it's basically bear market, past correction, like recession type stuff. All right. But yeah, I got to get going soon, guys, but let's move it to the NASDAQ real quick. Not much better. Okay, similar kind of stuff, gapping down. Remember, the gap often will act as resistance on the way back up. So if we're coming back up, you could just hit off the gap, fill it, and then come back down. It depends. That's just another level of resistance, though. But below the 200-day moving average, still below the 50-day moving average, below this major resistance again at 14,185, and seemingly having a death cross impending, right? I mean, it's just, there's just a smell in the air of death.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? This isn't trending in the right direction, and I don't know how good of a sign it is to see Amazon moving 20%, Facebook's down 20%, Netflix is down like 28%, stuff like that off of earnings. Like, you miss an earnings per share estimate and you're down 25%. It's just weird. All right, it's just really weird. A little bit unsettling when stocks are doing that, when market movers are doing that. All right, let's take a look at Amazon. Speaking of the devil, look at this, dude. On the daily, like, you gap down, You gap down 7% on the day, which is a lot for Amazon. And then you gap up 13. So it's like, you consider what this is. Jeff Bezos probably on this day probably down about 10 billion in one day. I'm guessing on that, but Zuckerberg was down 20 billion in one day. So let's say it's even, he's down 5 billion on the day. And then he's up 13 billion the next day. Like, imagine going down $10 billion and then up 13 billion in the course of 2 days. It's just not normal. It's very strange. So, dude, it's hard to do technical analysis with crap like this going on. There are variables in investing, in trading, that you cannot account for, and that's why technical analysis is not at any given time you can tell somebody where the price is going. There are times where it is just a coin flip shot, which is also valuable to know because there's no point in taking a position there, right? You take them at levels that make sense. So, just a note about technical analysis with stuff like this going on, it's not an end-all be-all. There's a formula to know when something's going to do something. It just helps, right? It's like counting cards in blackjack. You can still lose the hands. There's still other variables that come into play that, you won't win every hand, but it helps you, right? It gives you a slight edge, makes your odds better, okay? But, I just wanted to look at Amazon, the gap crap, Facebook too. Look at this, right? Gapping down, not even at a major level of support or anything, just kind of hanging out in the middle of nowhere. Still within the big channel that it's had since the COVID crash, though. So it's like, it's still in the channel, right? It could just come down to the bottom of the channel, hold before rallying back towards the upside. They missed earnings per share. Okay, cool, whatever. Who cares? Facebook. Or I'm sorry, wow, I'm not even looking at the right thing. I saw F. I'm looking at Ford right now. I'm sorry. This is Ford. Ford today, though, also gapped down, had its earnings today. So Ford still in its really nice uptrend, okay? Dang, dude, maybe it's too many voodoos. Maybe I got to switch to coffee or something during the streams. But take a look at where Ford is, man. So Ford is right here. This is back from 2014, right? These peaks back here. So you're treating what was resistance back in 2013, 2014. You're down there right now, and you're hanging on to it as support. Those are going to act as strong supports on the way back down. I know, dude. That's what I mean. It's because I know I got to get out of here in a couple minutes, so I'm trying to like rush through these things. But Ford had a bad day. It missed its earnings, but ultimately they've just been investing so heavily in electronic cars and stuff. TA-wise, there's no like real damage or anything, and you're at a major level of support at the bottom of the channel. You still have the 200-day moving average above you. You'll probably come up and just fill this gap before coming and hanging on and moving up or whatever it's going to do from there. But nothing too bad on Ford, not Facebook, not Meta. But all right, move to Facebook. Similar kind of thing here. All right, now it's just this little scalp play that you could try on this one. But yeah, Facebook doing the same kind of thing. Big gap on the day, closed out this little indecision kind of doji, which usually is followed after moments like this with some buying, right? Some up, especially since it ended in the green. Check my Discord PM before you stream again. Don't tell me what to do. I'll take a look at it. But yeah, ultimately trying to probably stop anybody that did go long on buying the dip and putting their stop losses off of the low down here. I guess you'd consider, like if you were going to place a stop loss and you were going to put it up here around 244, you'd put it off and try to put it somewhere like here, maybe even farther off if you were to put it down here to give it a chance at like 231. Oftentimes it'll just wick down to try and stop those guys out before coming back up. But yeah, an indecision candle down here, something like this. Again, it's not a classic technical analysis edge of an entry. It's just majorly oversold on the daily time scale. Potential like scalper territory, right? There's no divergence or anything. It just got obliterated. But yeah, security advisor now. Okay. All right. I don't know if it has something to do with security. You got me a little bit nervous now. I didn't actually put my social in the chat, dude. Relax.
Okay.
God, and I'm all nervous about what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about now, dude. What are you talking about? I'll look at it. Spotify. Another gapper. Gap down. Now way up. So up about 9% today. Back above, what's that, the 786 I guess it was at, but looking left, not really anything on a daily time scale at least. We go from the low to the high, right around the 2618. I mean, okay, whatever. But it did, I mean, just like look how volatile on the daily, right? You gap up, straight up, and then gap down, and then you're up again another 9%. And now at this low, if you are counting this as a lower low from here, right, you're developing some class A bullish divergence. So ultimately what that would imply is you're going to come up and fill the gap. Now whether you reject off of the gap, I'm not sure, probably, but you'll probably at least fill the gap, which if you're in on Spotify, you're looking at another 10% roughly around there. Cool. And then let's look at Snapchat. All right, this one just also ridiculous, right? Gap down 23% before gapping up 58%. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, why? It makes no sense.
Right.
So, dude, just volatility in the stock market seeping into crypto is a potential reason for why we got this random pump today. So just be careful, because if that's the case, if it's just volatility in the markets that develop this pump, volatility in the markets might develop the dump, or you see the gaps up and the gaps down, and it's been crazy. So just something to keep in mind. Downtrend not over until we get a higher high than 44.5, but ultimately kind of interesting. All right, but that's gonna do it. I gotta go dinner with my mama. Anybody here, I appreciate you being here. Like button, the subscription, the bell, all that stuff really helps the channel out. But jump in the Discord up there, join the Instagram, the Twitter, all that fun stuff. Danny, Tay, appreciate you guys being here. That's going to do it, though. I will probably be back. I'll be back on Sunday. I'll do it on Sunday. It'll be a little slower, a little more methodical. But, yeah, guys. That's it. Have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. And keep it cool, keep it rad, keep it chill, keep it it's not my night. Nothing else. Technical is the most important one. Keep it technical. All right, buddies.